Ha! Wow. It's been a wild ride, hasn't it? This whole week, just tech news, tech news, tech news. Well, I can't think of a better way to end it than with a little bit more. Barret, fire up the newsatron. Let's bring it on home. I don't know how to pitch. I'm Canadian. Don't play baseball. Ha! Surprise! A new Nintendo DS handheld. Didn't see that coming, did you? Yep, all of a sudden Nintendo announced the 2DS XL today with a release scheduled for July 28th and a price of $150 US. It plays all the games the latest 3D XL does, but without 3D, obviously, and has essentially all the same features. Now you might say, Nintendo, I thought the Switch was supposed to kill the 3DS, what's your problem? Which is no way to talk to Nintendo, by the way. They deserve your respect. As Ars Technica points out, the arrival of a new handheld system pretty much tends to slowly decrease sales of the old one. But the thing is, the 2DS XL is exactly half the price of the Switch, which goes for $300 US. So maybe the DS line could conceivably live on as a more kid-friendly handheld option. That way you won't have your little ones accidentally trashing your Switch. And there's also this to consider. There's a Dragon Quest Special Edition with a little metallic slime face on it for some reason, too. So that's a curveball, you gotta factor that in. Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, is trying to find a way for narrative-driven games to find their place in gaming again, and the answer may be a Netflix for games with story. Big budget multiplayer focused games are on the rise, and while some games like Zelda Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn are well received, other story-driven games have to fight uphill to even get enough sales to break even on their massive budgets. Spencer thinks the solution might be a subscription service akin to Netflix, giving users access to a large library of story-driven games for something like $10 a month, because a new business model like that could help support their monetization. Now, personally, I'm a huge fan of story-driven games. I usually like consuming games the same way I do movies and TV shows. I finish it and move on to the next one. Overwatch, however, has screwed that whole thing up. Would you guys be interested in a Netflix-type service for story games only? Leave a comment in the thingy down on the page thing. Once again, there's only two main stories because there's a slightly longer quick bits. Wireless charging for phones still isn't even that good, but BMW is going to add it to their 530e i-Performance hybrid electric car because it's just too much to remember to plug it in. You went through all the trouble of buying a new electric car, but you can't just... Anyways, if you got a Samsung Galaxy S8, you may have thought your home button was moving around a little bit, and that's because it is. Since the home button is part of the screen, the feature is intended to prevent screen burn-in, so no, you're not seeing things. You won't be committed this time. Speaking of being committed, good old crazy man John McAfee has unveiled the McAfee Privacy Phone, which is, according to him, completely hack-proof and costs $1,100. But should you really trust this guy with your security? Just something to ask yourself. ARM designed an image signal processor, and that's a big deal, according to The Verge, because it basically means that all imaging technology that uses ARM, from mobile phones to self-driving cars, is going to improve. So, yeah, this sounds like a big deal. Facebook is finally getting their act together and will give video creators the ad revenue generated by their videos when they're stolen and reposted by someone else. Hashtag stop freebooting, hashtag I'm using hashtags in real life. NASA and researchers in Arizona are developing an inflatable greenhouse, so now we can grow plants in space and on Mars, so Matt Damon won't have to grow potatoes from his own excrement, and that's always good news. And Apple's self-driving car technology was finally spotted in the wild, retrofitted to a Lexus RX 450h SUV, and I gotta say, it doesn't look very Apple-like. No sandblasted aluminum, no guys with British accents talking about how revolutionary it is, man. They're just not the same without Steve Jobs, you know? Sources for all of today's news stories can be found in the NCIX forum post linked in the description. A Central Pack does what a Central Pack do. Central Pack. An enduring truth for the ages. Thank you, Monsieur Sebastian. Hey, want to send us a thing to say, the rest of you? Hashtag NCIXYodog, please and thank you. Guys, this is it. The NCIX Tech Fair is tomorrow, and chances are you'll be watching this as it's already happening, probably. But even if you're not close to Vancouver, you can still enter NCIX's 21st anniversary giveaway just by going to our site, so click the I in the corner to do that. But if you are in the Lower Mainland area, get your butt over to Lansdowne Center from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. April 29th and 30th, because there's going to be tons of giveaways, tech demos, VR and PC gaming stations. We're giving away big prizes like graphics cards and Ryzen processors every hour. Plus, there's exclusive on-site deals at the Lansdowne NCIX store, so if you're thinking about getting new tech, this might be the day. Jack, Julia, Barret, and I are all going to be there all day. We're actually emceeing the whole thing, so come and say hi if you're a saying hi type of individual, and if you're not, you can just come and make eye contact with one of us from afar and be like, yeah. And I'll be like, yeah. So, click the I in the corner or the link in the description for all the details, and follow us on social media too, because we're going to be live streaming from time to time also. All right, that's it for Netling Daily for today's episode of Netling Daily. Thank you so much for watching. Click over here for previous videos. Check us out on Twitter over there. Those are our handles. But as always, like the video if you liked it, comment below for fans with benefits, and subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX. Man, I had trouble saying that last part. It's late in the day because I've been preparing for Tech Fair. So, see you later.